Welcome to FFC Top 3, a show where we, your FFC hosts, count things down from number 3 all the way down to number 1. Thank you for joining us this week. If you have a suggestion for a topic for Top 3, be sure to drop us a note on Twitter at FocusFireChat in our Discord, or even email us at focusfirechat@gmail.com. This week, we are going to discuss our top 3 Halloween costumes. We're getting a little bit into the season, and I think it's about time to hear top 3 Halloween costumes from everybody. And since Justin has been gone and he's back this week, I'm going to make him go first. So, what's your number 3 Halloween costume, Justin?
My number 3 Halloween costume is one year I was the Invisible Man, and these other kids from a rival karate school tried to beat me up, and I ran, but my Japanese sensei helped me and beat them up. Wait, that was Karate Kid.
I was like, wait a second. This sounds like the plot of something I already know.
It's the plot of Karate Kid. No.
Okay.
My third most favoritist Halloween costume is probably, I'm just going to have to go old school and say it was my Alf costume. It was back in the day when kids' Halloween costumes consisted of a decorated trash bag and a plastic mask. But I felt legit.
Right?
I felt like straight out of Mel Mac.
You know, I swear my mom basically did that exact same costume, but put a jack-o'-lantern face on it when I was like 3.
Yeah, the Alf works for a lot.
Right?
It's just a furry body.
It really is. Blue, what's your number 3?
So I actually went for multiple years. I went as a Nazgul, because I have access to very large horses, and I just basically threw on a couple black cloaks and used that as an excuse to take a horse into town.
Nice.
I like it. I actually have a Lord of the Rings themed one myself on my list, which we're just going to make my number 3. I was Arwen one year. I actually made my own cloak for Arwen and
nice.
Wore my, I think I wore my prom dress from my sophomore year in high school because I was taking my sister around.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it turned out pretty well. I did make some wax prosthetic ear type things to actually give me that pointed ear look, and I worked really hard on it for a high schooler. I don't know. It was fun. But yeah, our little Lord of the Rings troop here. Justin.
Yes.
Are you going to continue the trend, or you got something different coming up?
May the light of the Evenstar guide you. No. Yeah, my second favorite Halloween costume is actually my brother and I. It was a tandem costume. My brother and I actually went as the Boondock Saints one year.
Oh, nice.
Complete with neck tattoos.
Oh, God.
And the coats. And we spoke with an Irish brogue all night. And yeah, it was pretty awesome. It was pretty until my brother went into a gas station to get beer and realized that walking into a gas station with a shoulder holster on, and 2 pistols, whether they be fake or not, in Texas is a bad idea.
We're in Texas too.
Yeah, so we had to pump our brakes on that one, but that was a great costume.
I love partner costumes. They're so much fun to actually, like when you get a bunch of people together and are able to pull it off.
Oh, yeah.
Blue, have you ever done a partner costume?
I have not. My number 2, and I will not. My number 2 is going to be the inflatable T-Rex. I have not done it,
okay.
But I have plans on doing it, and I might have gotten permission earlier today to do it. I don't think my wife realized that this is not going to be restricted to Halloween. If I get the inflatable T-Rex costume, I might just wear it routinely around, because honestly, it makes everything you do epic. And I've already gotten told from a couple of my coworkers that, so we have the scooters the electric scooters or whatever downtown Kansas City, and they're already offering to pay for me to drive around the city if I wear the T-Rex costume. I mean, it's like
Are you kidding me?
It's 7.5 feet tall. It's a huge costume.
Right. And so, it's floppy. And
oh my gosh, it's so amazing. Oh, it's so amazing. So yeah, we're trying to figure out. I might not get it for this year's because I think Kashin already has a plan that, whatever. I just go along with it. So, but she did inadvertently. She's like, yeah, if you want to be a dinosaur, that's fine. I'm like, I'm going to remember this comment, and we are going to profit off of this. Because I'm like, I don't think you realize this is not just a Halloween costume. This is the new daily uniform.
You show up to work. And
I totally would show up to work in that thing.
Oh my god. The
best part is like watching the YouTube channels where I think it's Roger the T-Rex, I think is the channel, but he does such a great job. Like, so it's completely, you can't see the person's face, but you completely get the like sassiness of his character. Right. And he does it all with the T-Rex arms, like he actually holds his arms like a normal, like a T-Rex would, so he can't do anything. And oh my gosh, I die every time I watch those things.
Oh my gosh. I kind of want to pay you to wear that to like convention next year.
If I'll be honest, if
we do a lore panel again next year, if this
happens, I will show up probably with a T-Rex costume. I'm going to probably bring that with me everywhere.
And it folds down pretty easily because isn't it just air?
It's inflatable. It's 100% inflatable. So it's like it folds down into like, I mean, I don't know how small, but it's got to be at least like 2 fists. Like, it's really thin material too. So it's just, it's the perfect costume ever.
Oh my goodness. I feel bad for Anna right now. Because I don't think she realizes...
She knows what she got herself into.
Does she though? Yeah, does she really?
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure she's pretty familiar with how my brain works at this point.
She did her due diligence there. I feel like there's no one to blame but her.
Yeah. Oh man. My number 2 is a partner costume I did with my wife a few years back, and we dressed up as Sonny and Cher.
Oh wow!
Because Julie is 5'10" and I'm 5'2", so she was Cher and I was Sonny, and I went all out. I had I borrowed a bunch of costumes from the costume shop in town because we have a community theater. Borrowed a bunch of stuff from them and got some the wax for the mustache, like the little tacky, did a real looking mustache on my face and everything. It was like some of the best theater makeup I've ever done. We didn't win the costume contest, but dang, was it fun to get that deep into the makeup art for it. But yeah, Sonny and Sharon. I was Sonny. Nice. Just number 1 though.
I bet you were the cutest little Sonny there ever was.
I was a pretty dang good dancing Sonny, that's for sure.
Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and give a shout out. My number 1 is actually a costume that has yet to come, but it's about to. I'm actually surprising my son with a costume of his favorite anime character. So, I got
Sailor Moon.
No, actually, I sprung and bought Gavin from Japan a cosplay grade Naruto costume.
Oh, dang!
And I got a full on Kakashi wig.
Oh,
and
nice!
Mask, and then I bought a Kakashi hoodie for me that looks like his vest and stuff that he wears.
Nice.
So that, on Halloween, when I surprise him with it, he's gonna have, and he's got like a wig and everything. Like he's gonna be able to be Naruto, and I'm gonna have a hoodie on and have a Kashi wig and mask on. It's gonna be pretty cool.
That's stinking awesome. The cosplay grade though, like how much did
on his costume? I spent $150.
Dang.
So I got a pretty decent one.
Right.
I spoke with Mel about it beforehand.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I figured she'd be the good resource there.
Totally.
And after I bought Gavin's, I was like, oh, I want to show up and look just like Kakashi, and I was like, no, I'm not spending. Mine could just be a hoodie.
A hoodie. I mean, you're just the dad trucking around, right?
Yeah, I don't need to be a full-on weirdo with it.
You don't have to be a weirdo about it. God. I mean, Blue's over here offering to like get paid money to drive around like a T-Rex downtown. Can't hardly expect you to be considered a weirdo after hearing that a little bit.
I don't understand why that's a bad thing.
Yeah. I love you, Blue.
I don't understand how this is a bad thing.
That's like the Step Brothers. When I was younger, I wanted to be a dinosaur.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much.
He's like, that's not even a thing. Like, that's not a job.
Oh my goodness.
The dinosaurs.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Blue, what's your number one?
My number one, so this is kind of like, it's a weird one. It's not a weird one, but it's very, very like niche meme-esque type thing. It's called, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but it's called a dope trooper. And so what it basically is, it's a stormtrooper that has a full white, basically suit with a black shirt and then with the stormtrooper helmet. And it's oh my gosh, I've been slowly building this costume up, and to be honest, the biggest part that's the hardest challenge is actually the stormtrooper helmet, and that's just because they are crazy expensive. Because I want the actual authentic helmet, not like one of the stupid little plasticky. Yeah. And so, like, actual stormtrooper helmets, I mean, the average generally is around like $400 to $600. I mean, it's a very significant investment, and so I just haven't pulled the trigger for obvious reasons on that one, because I like being alive, and my wife would probably shoot me.
Yeah, she would.
But yeah, like if I didn't have to worry about the financial aspect of it, I would have totally put that together a long time ago, because it's seriously it's seriously one of the best costumes because it's super comfortable. Mm-hmm. And you also get the helmet, so you don't have to worry. Like I'm a really big fan of like full costumes, because then you don't have to. I don't know. It's easier to get into character if no one knows who you are, basically.
Right.
So yeah. Their chat. Phasma. No, it won't be Phasma. That helmet. So that helmet's even more expensive. Like as obviously as you probably can imagine. Not to mention, I don't feel like I would do a gender bend of Phasma justice.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And I'm also not 7.5 feet tall, so
I mean, there is that aspect, but God, you might have to ask Mark from Guardian Radio where he got his. Oh no,
I've talked to him. I've talked, because he's part of the.
501.
The 501 or the 151st. No, yeah, it's 501. But yeah. I mean, and he got his is legit as well, and it's not a cheap project. I'll just put it that way.
They have to be, like, to be in
the 501st, the 501, and the Mandalorians. They're required to have. I think was it Xeon? Xeon was talking about that a little bit, but yeah. They're required to have legit armor. Like it's not. You're not allowed to have like foam or rubber armor. It's got to be legit, like actual. I don't know what the material is, but it's basically like it's basically shock armor is what it is. And it's got to be very, very professionally made. And I mean, there's extremely difficult requirements to be made. I think Rhino kind of knows a little bit because Rhino does some stuff for the Spartan companies. So, and they're very similar.
Interesting. I feel so. Go for it, Justin.
I was just gonna say the Spartan companies are a lot more picky. They get their members young, kind of get them taught up with them.
That's pretty funny.
I'm sorry.
That's really well done, Justin. I appreciate that one.
Oh gosh, I feel so. I don't know. I feel very lame compared to you two because my favorite Halloween costume is actually not anything super special in a lot of ways. Oh, but it's special because I wore it year after year after year. My mom was in judo before I was born, when she was younger, and she kept her, is it called a gi?
Gi, yeah.
Yeah, she kept her gi, and I actually wore that as a Halloween costume for probably 5 or 6 years in a row because I wanted to be the Karate Kid. I mean, I know that was kind of your tip off at the beginning with the Invisible Man, but yeah, that was my favorite costume. It was comfortable. It was easy to put on. I didn't have to like do anything crazy if I needed to go to the bathroom because half of the costumes are kind of a pain in the butt if you have to go. Yeah. And it was my mom's, which kind of made it extra special.
You still have it?
I don't. My mom does in the cedar chest in Kansas, but I don't have it anymore.
Well, as long as it's in the cedar chest, I think it's
okay. Kept all nice alongside a bunch of other things that are odd that my mom decided she wanted to keep, but pick and choose what you do. Anyway, you know what next week's topic is?
What?
I'm gonna go easy on you. It's fine. Don't get like scared about it. I want to do actually something Destiny related this time.
Oh, cool.
And do your top 3 references or top 3. Yeah, we'll do references in Destiny.
You mean references like
things you you enjoy, like topics you enjoy to talk about that you reference a lot type stuff.
Okay, cool.
That was one of our suggestions really early on when I first started polling for suggestions. So,
okay,
not too bad.
So okay.
Top 3 references. Oh God, you could do top 3 like Destiny meme type things if that's easier.
No, I just
so like an example would be like that wizard came from the moon.
Yeah, or Edge Transit or Sleeper Simulant, like all the jokes.
Is that a joke?
Oh my God, you've missed out on the
joke.
Oh my God,
bad joke.
So
why?
Yeah, it's a record broken. The joke is that they're shoveling them off the side of the tower to try to get rid of them, but Rahul keeps decrypting them. So they're killing off people as they're chucking them off the tower because they don't. Yeah, it's a bad joke.
I see.
Yeah,
no, that's a bad joke on Bungie's part.
Yeah, I'm still getting them. By the way,
if I'm gonna get a weapon over and over and over again, could we make it not be a grenade launcher?
Yeah.
Where's the fun in that?
But
I mean, the only way it could get less play for me is if it was a sidearm.
Yeah, actually, okay, we'll talk about that some other time. Otherwise, we're going to turn this into
she was completely in agreement, and then like halfway, she was like, "Wait a second."
Yeah,
because this topic can go on for a while. But thank you for joining us for this week's topic of top 3 with the Halloween costumes. Next week, we're doing Destiny meme or Destiny references. Can't wait to see you next week. And remember, everybody likes a list.